So therefore, he's invincible. That means even great, so-called great demons like Hiranyaksha, Hiranyakashipu, they could do nothing to Krishna. It is like when you try to attack Krishna, it is like looking at the sky and spitting at the sky. What will happen? It will fall on you. Only a person whose eyes are smeared with the ointment of love can see the beautiful form of Sri Krishna. It is only out of love. You cannot force it. One who loves Krishna can see this beautiful form. Otherwise, when people come to this temple and they have no love for Krishna, they'll say, what is this black stone and white stone? Why are you worshipping stone? Is Krishna just stone? Why? Because Krishna only reciprocates with them as stone because they have no love for him. When there is love, Krishna manifests his beauty. Similarly with Krishna, yes, we can take him, it's easy to relate. That's the point I'm trying to convey. And while we can connect with Krishna, we should be very careful that he doesn't become our chaddi buddi. So it's not like that. It is still out of respect. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
So we have been studying the chapter 11 of the Bhagavad Gita. So Krishna is talking about his Vishwarupa, the universal form. Amongst the universal form, he also showed one aspect in specific, that is the Kala Rupa, the form of time. So why is Krishna showing the Vishwarupa, the universal form?
So nobody can lie in the future that this is the Vishwarupa. So he is showing the, Arjuna that this is the Vishwarupa and nobody
no one can claim that oneself to be God. Okay, good. But before that, there's one reason. Yes.
I mean, I think like he showed the Vishwarupa to Arjuna so that through Arjuna we can also learn about it, right? And to be honest, I don't think anyone can show the Vishwarupa other than Krishna. And also because since Arjuna was so emotional, right, that he didn't know what to do, so he wanted to show his Vishwarupa to Arjuna so that he knows that Krishna is the maintainer, controller, doer of everything, right? So that is why he can.
Okay, he wanted to guarantee Arjuna what he's speaking.
Don't be scared, you know, you can
everything
just be
is
an
taken
instrument.
care.
Yeah, you just have to be an instrument.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Something more before all of this. There's a reason why.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. The main reason was he wanted to show he's the cause of all causes.
Okay, he wanted to show that he's the cause of all causes. Okay, even before that, there's a reason why. Because Krishna already spoke all this knowledge.
Arjuna asked.
Yeah, Arjuna asked. That is the point. In the beginning of the 11th chapter, Arjuna asks Krishna that you have spoken big things. I accept it, but for the benefit of others. You know, Arjuna is a pure devotee, he'll accept whatever Krishna says. But we might not accept. And therefore, Krishna is showing Vishwarupa form, the universal form. And what is this universal form? Last time we got some glimpse. What is this universal form?
Every demigods, everything is all the
Okay, demigods are
universe in direction, also the past, present, the future.
Okay.
In various forms.
Yes. Yeah, all kinds of incarnations, the past, present, future, all the living entities, all the cosmic creation, the infinity in a form. And therefore, what did Arjuna see? He saw this form had no beginning, had no middle, had no end. That kind of form. It had thousands and millions of faces, millions of eyes, millions of mouths. And later on you will see Arjuna is offering obeisances from the front, from the behind, from all sides. Because he doesn't know where does it start. So that is the universal form. It's not comprehensible. The universal form of Krishna. Okay, so then Krishna also showed the Kala Rupa, the form of time, which actually scared Arjuna. Why did the Kala Rupa scare Arjuna?
It's scary, when you look at the definition, right? He has big teeth and the head crushed in between. I also get terrified in this reading.
Okay, by the looks of it.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, even Narsimha was scary, but Prahlad was not scared.
I am not a pure devotee, that's why.
No, you're talking about Arjuna. Why Arjuna gets scared?
Because
yes,
he immediately understands what are his karmic processes in the world. So what are the mistakes he has done and how he has treated him. So
he would have joked with him. And,
yes, how he has treated him as a friend. How he has
okay,
treated
something
him.
Something more. Why? Why he felt scared because of the Kala Rupa, the form of time?
I think because he saw all his relatives were dying and going into Krishna's mouth.
Okay. Who is that? Who is giving the answer?
This is Ram.
Oh, Rak. Okay. Hari Bol. Yes, that is correct. Because he saw his own, the people whom he was attached to, his relatives, especially Drona, Bhishma, they were also being consumed by the Kala Rupa. That's what scared Arjuna. Because Kala Rupa was putting a full stop to his attachments. And therefore, though it was appreciated by all the other pure devotees and demigods, Arjuna still was a little scared. Because Kala Rupa was consuming his attachments, the relatives and people whom he was attached to. Then finally, Krishna is, last time we concluded here. We'll just recite this and go ahead. Tasmatam uttishta yasho labhasva jitva shatrun bhungshva rajyam samriddham Maye vaite nihita purvameva nimittamatram bhava savyasachin. Translation. Where's the mic? Read it.
Therefore, get up, prepare to fight and win glory. Conquer your enemies and enjoy a flourishing kingdom. They are already put to death by my arrangement, and you, O Sabyasachi, can be but an instrument in the fight.
So we discussed about this last time. Yeah, nimittamatram bhava savyasachin. That means we don't have to worry so much because Krishna's will is taking shape. When Krishna's will is taking shape, we can choose to be an instrument. For example, when Srila Prabhupada, he was Abhay Charan at the age of, or in 1922, he first went to this Alta Dunga Junction Road. In that building, on the terrace, was Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur giving his lecture. So Abhay Charan, he was taken by, at that time he was called Abhay Babu. Abhay Babu was taken by his friend Narendra, and Abhay Babu was very skeptical of meeting any sadhus because he had seen many dongi sadhus. Many sadhus in the garb of sadhus, they were actually cheating and lying and collecting money and engaging with women. So he was not very happy with meeting sadhus. But Narendra told Abhay Babu that this saint is very special. He is the one who is actually upholding the legacy or the mission of Lord Chaitanya very purely. So Abhay Babu gave it a try. So Narendra took Abhay Babu to the terrace of this building, and that's where Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur was giving his sermon. As soon as Narendra and Abhay Babu came, they paid their obeisances and respects. Immediately Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, looking in the direction of Abhay Babu, said, "So you are a young English-speaking gentleman. Why don't you take this message of Lord Chaitanya and spread it in the English language in the Western world?" And many people who are there, they say that actually this was a general instruction spoken, which was spoken to all who are present there. It was not just to him. It's just like, say I'm speaking now, Gaurav Prabhu came, I looked at him. So I said something, but it was a general thing spoken to everyone. But then Abhay Babu immediately, he felt, oh, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur is telling me only. And there was some back and forth. He said, who will accept this message of Krishna consciousness when our India is in British rule? First we have to defeat the British, drive them out, and then Krishna consciousness can spread. But that time Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur said the only emergency is spreading of Krishna consciousness. There's only one lack in this world, and that is Krishna consciousness. The real problem is that the people are not Krishna conscious. It is not whether we are under British rule or under Mughal rule or whatever the rule. Immediately after back and forth, Abhay Babu, who was generally not defeated in debates, got defeated by the saint. At that point in time, then and there he accepted Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur as his guru. And later on he recollects, and he recollects fondly that I was defeated by my guru. And that Abhay Babu, of course, later on goes on to become Srila Prabhupada. So, why am I telling you this? Because that it was a general instruction given to all of the people present in the audience, that you take this message of Lord Chaitanya to the Western world and share it. But of course, Abhay Babu later on, when he became Abhay Charan, he was he was writing letters to his guru and asking, how can I contribute? He was a grihastha, he was married. So he was asking, how can I contribute to this mission? How can I be of some assistance? And again, it was confirmed. Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur wrote to him saying that, please spread this message of Lord Chaitanya in the English language. Because at that time, this message was restricted only to parts of West Bengal, Odisha, and maybe some Vrindavan, or the Gaudiya message was very restricted. Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur took it across India, but he wanted someone to take it out of India. Now, anyone could have done it amongst the disciples. But that means there is a prophecy that this, like if you read Srimad Bhagavat Mahatmya, that means the glories of Srimad Bhagavatam, the Bhagavat Mahatmya. In the Bhagavat Mahatmya, there is an episode where Bhakti Devi, she is getting weak, and her two sons, Jnana and Vairagya, they are also emaciated and about to die. And it is mentioned, Bhakti Devi starts traveling in different places. And everywhere she goes, she is just getting weaker. She goes to North India, is getting weak. East, West, South India. South India, she was still nourished. But she became weak. Then it is mentioned, Bhakti Devi finally travels outside India. And that's where she became healthy. It is mentioned in Bhagavat Mahatmya, not a literature written 500 years ago, but 5,000 years ago. In that literature it is written. She gets nourished outside. And then finally she gets, now even her children, Jnana and Vairagya, become strong. Before they were emaciated because no one was following anything. So there is a prophecy in multiple places saying that how Bhakti movement will be revived. Now, given that prophecy, it could have been anyone to fulfill that prophecy. Isn't it? Anyone could have been instrument. Same, Nimitta Matram Bhavasavya Sachin. Krishna is telling Arjuna, the prophecy is the Kauravas, Adharma will be defeated. Dharma will prevail. But if you like, you can take the credit by becoming an instrument. But if Arjuna says, no, I'm not interested, no problem. Get someone else. Isn't it? Similarly, Bhakti Devi, there's a prophecy, when she goes to the west, she'll become nourished. That means Bhakti will travel to the west. So if someone says, okay, I don't want to be part of it, no problem. Someone else will come. So therefore, Krishna's will is taking shape. That is what is, leading. It is the control of the game. But what we have to do, we can choose to take part in it. That means we choose to become an instrument. If we don't want to be an instrument, no problem. Someone else will be there, will be an instrument. But if Krishna's will has to take place, it will take place. So therefore, in that way, Krishna is telling Arjuna, you just be an instrument. I've already killed all the Kauravas. You just have to take the glory. Yeah, just become an instrument. Nimitta matram. Dronam cha bhishmam cha jayadratam cha karnam tatanya napiyodha viran maya hatam tvam jahima vatishta yudyasva sirane sapatnan.
Drona, Bhishma, Jayadratha, Karna, and other great warriors have already been destroyed by me. Therefore, kill them and do not be disturbed. Simply fight, and you will vanquish your enemies in battle.
Yeah. So, what is Krishna saying? Drona, Bhishma, Jayadratha, Karna. See, if they are your competitors in trying to get a job, and Krishna comes and says they have already been defeated, don't worry, they won't get the job. You'll be so peaceful, isn't it? So Krishna is giving reassurance to Arjuna that these people are already, because these are the people who are considered of some competition to Arjuna. Drona, Bhishma, Karna, and other great warriors, all of them have been defeated. So don't worry. Therefore, kill them and do not be disturbed. Simply fight and you will vanquish your enemies in battle. Yeah. Then Sanjay is saying, O king, after hearing these words from the Supreme Person of Godhead, the trembling Arjuna offered obeisances with folded hands again and again. Now Arjuna offers prayers. He asks forgiveness, he offers obeisances and everything. So we'll go Maybe we can just read the translation and go. Yeah, translation.
Arjuna said,
Mike.
Arjuna said, O master of the senses, the world became joyful upon hearing your name, and thus everyone became attached to you. Although the perfect beings offer you their respectful homage, the demons are afraid, and they flee here and there. All this is rightly done.
Yeah. So the devotees don't get scared of Krishna, and it's only the who gets scared of the police? Thief. If you are doing everything right, if you're following justice, then why should you be scared? Sometimes you feel when you're walking in the street, hey, police is there. Why? Because you're probably speeding more than limit. Isn't it? If you're going well within limit, why will you get scared? Next, yeah.
O great one, greater even than Brahma, you are the original creator. Why then should they not offer the respectful obeisance on you? O limitless one, God of gods, refugee of the universe, you are the invincible source, the cause of all causes, transcendental to this material manifestation.
Yeah. Now Arjuna is reconfirming, my dear Lord, you are the cause of all causes and you are the greatest one, greater than even Lord Brahma. Because in the material world, Brahma is considered to be a great soul because he creates everything. But Vishnu or Krishna is the creator of Brahma also, the cause of all causes. If Brahma is the cause of all the living entities in this world, who is the cause of Brahma?
Vishnu.
Krishna. So therefore he is cause of all causes. He is called as the God of gods because when gods are in trouble, they run to this God. And he is called as the refuge of the universe because anyone who is in trouble, they run to his lotus feet. So therefore he is invincible. That means even so-called great demons like Hiranyaksha, Kashipu, they could do nothing to Krishna. It is like when you try to attack Krishna, it is like looking at the sky and spitting at the sky. What will happen? It will fall on you, isn't it? So similarly, that Hiranyaksha, he went around the cosmic universe looking for Vishnu because he was said, if at all you want to fight someone, don't trouble us, go and fight with Vishnu. So he himself went and got destroyed by Vishnu. It's like moth entering fire. So he is called as the invincible source. He cannot be defeated. He's called as the cause of all causes, and he's transcendental to this material manifestation. That means he doesn't get attached to this world. The only reason he comes to this material world, or he has anything to do with this material world, is simply to perform his beautiful pastimes to attract our hearts, so that we become Krishna conscious and go back to spiritual world. He performs his pastimes as a trailer to the original pastimes that happens in spiritual world. Like how many of you go for movies without watching a trailer? Generally not. You first watch the trailer, then you check the ratings, then reviews, because you're spending like $10 a ticket. So if you really want to practice, Krishna consciousness, you have to, no meat eating, no gambling, no intoxication, no illicit sex, then chanting daily 16 rounds of Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, then following rules and regulations, waking up early, associating with Vaishnavas, not going for movies, and this and that, then you need something really worth it to perform this austerity, and that is Krishna's pastimes. This will read. Tomadideva Purusha Puranas Tamasya Vishwasya Param Nidhanam Vetasi Vedyam Chaparam Chadhama Toyatatam Vishwamanantarupa. What kind of form is this? Anantarupa, the unlimited form, is inconceivable. It's unlimited. That means how can we be bound by a form? But it's a form. Unlimited form. Okay, who is next reading?
You are the original personality of Godhead, the oldest, the ultimate sanctuary of this manifested cosmic world. You are the knower of everything, and you are all that is knowable. You are the supreme refuge above the material modes, O limitless form. This whole cosmic manifestation is pervaded by you.
Yeah. So he is calling Krishna as the oldest, the ultimate sanctuary of the manifested cosmic world. He is a knower of everything, and you are all that is knowable. That means the goal of all knowledge is to know Krishna. That means he is called as the knowable. You are the supreme refuge and above the material modes. O limitless form. This whole cosmic manifestation is pervaded by you. Wherever you go, you cannot be devoid of Krishna. One has to be an atheist. The atheist, like atheistic person like Hiranyakashipu, wherever he sees, he doesn't see Krishna. And his pure devotee son like Prahlad, wherever he sees Krishna. It's a matter of consciousness. See, Nidhanam, Prabhupada says, Nidhanam means that everything, even the Brahman effulgence, rests upon Supreme Person God, Sri Krishna. Therefore, it's called as Param Nidhanam. Right? Param Nidhanam. He is a supreme refuge. Okay. Next.
You are air and you are the supreme controller. You are fire, you are water, and you are the moon. You are Brahma, the first living creature, and you are the great grandfather. I therefore offer my respectful obeisances unto you 1,000 times, and again and yet again.
Yeah. Again and again and again he's offering. See, here is mentioned the Lord is addressed here as air because the air is the most important representation of all the demigods. Arjuna also addresses Krishna as a great grandfather because he's the father of Brahma. Amen. Okay. See, these are all the prayers, so we are just going ahead. Yeah, next.
Obeisances to you from the front, from behind, and from all sides. O unbounded power, you are the master of limitless might. You are all pervading, and thus you are everything.
Yeah. In the purport, Prabhupada says, out of loving ecstasy for Krishna, Arjuna is offering obeisances. He's accepting that he is the master of all potencies and all prowess and far superior to all the great warriors assembled on the battlefield. Okay. Saketi matva prasabham yaduktam. He Krishna, he Yadava, he Saketi. Ajanata mahimanam tavedam. Maya pramadat pranayena vapi. Yachavaha sartama satkritosi. Vihara shayyasana bhojaneshu. Ekotavapyachyuta tat samaksham. Tat shamaye tvam aham aprameyam. Now Arjuna is feeling bad, probably, you're such a great person, but I took you casually. Yes. Who's reading? Yes.
Thinking of you as my friend, I have rashly addressed you, O Krishna, O Yadava, O my friend, not knowing your glories. Please forgive whatever I may have done in madness or in love. I have dishonored you many times, jesting as we relaxed, lay on the same bed, or sat or ate together, sometimes alone and sometimes in front of many friends. O infallible one, please excuse me for all of those offenses.
Yeah. So just imagine you and your best friend. How do you guys behave? You say "Abey yaar," नहीं बोलते क्या friend को? ऐसे है क्या? Is it really? नहीं.
क्या कर रहा है कुत्ता? क्या कर रहा है साला? ऐसा रहता.
ऐसे है क्या? Material world में.
If you are best friend, then that is. If
you
are friend, कैसे हो?
Okay.
That is how it is.
I think I should maintain only friends. Basically, the relationship becomes very casual, isn't it? You will not look at him for his position. He might be the CEO, but even more than CEO, he is your friend, isn't it? You put aside all your positions in the material world, all your, you can say, your false ego, so to speak. So you become very casual. So similarly, Arjuna and Krishna, they were very casual. They ate together, they sat together, they slept on the same bed. It is mentioned sometimes, when Krishna and Arjuna would sleep, sometimes Arjuna's leg would fall on Krishna. And Krishna is here showing his universal form, who he is. Sometimes they're so casual, isn't it? Like once we upstairs, we all sleep on the floor in one room. So our Prabhuji was sleeping and he turned and he just did like this. He slapped the person sleeping next to him. And that fellow got up as if he saw a ghost. So sometimes, when you're friendly, it happens. You cannot imagine sitting casually or sleeping next to your boss. Isn't it? You cannot have a casual behavior. You need to have a respectful behavior. But Krishna also does not expect that from his devotees. Of course, we first understand Krishna's greatness and then Krishna's sweetness. Isn't it? So, Prabhupada's purport in this verse is very interesting. Prabhupada says, Krishna, even though manifesting a Vishwarupa form, Arjuna is not so much remembering the Vishwarupa, but looking at Krishna's Vishwarupa form, he's still remembering his relationship with Krishna as a friend, because that is more relishable. So, here Prabhupada says, Arjuna remembers his friendly relationship with Krishna, is therefore asking pardon and requesting Krishna to excuse him for many informal gestures which arise out of friendship. He is admitting that formally he did not know that Krishna could assume such universal form, although Krishna explained it as his intimate friend. Yeah. So he would have dishonored Krishna by saying, oh my friend, oh Krishna, oh Yadava, without acknowledging his opulence. But Krishna is so kind and merciful that in spite of such opulence, he played with Arjuna as a friend. That is Krishna's mercy. Krishna is a very great person, now which is quite evident. Everything is within him. Everything is under his control. He is the cause of all causes, but he is so renounced. He is not attached to his designation as the cause of all causes. He is not attached to his designation as being transcendental to material creation, as being above the modes of material nature, as being the person who does not get affected by karma, who is above karma. Such a person, when Arjuna, his devotee, wants to reciprocate with him as a friend, Krishna also took that role as a friend. So therefore, that is Krishna's mercy. He reciprocates with the devotee as the devotee wants to reciprocate with the Lord. So he is renounced. He is happy to be of some service to his devotees. Isn't it? The relationship, such is the transcendental loving reciprocation between the devotee and the Lord. The relationship between the living entity and Krishna is fixed eternally. It cannot be forgotten. As we can see from the behavior of Arjuna. That means Arjuna saw the Vishwarupa, but still he remembers friendship. So it cannot be forgotten. Although Arjuna has seen the opulence in the universal form, he cannot forget his friendly relationship with Krishna. Pitasi lokasya characharasya Tamasya pujascha gurur gariyan Natvat samos stabhyadhika kutonyo Lokatraye pyapritab api apratima prabhava. 11th chapter of the Gita has the toughest shlokas. Who's next?
You are the father of this complete cosmic manifestation of the moving and the non-moving. You are its worshipable chief, the supreme spiritual master. No one is greater than you, nor can anyone be one with you. How then could there be anyone greater than you within the three worlds, O Lord of immeasurable power?
No. All these are prayers. Yeah, you are the supreme Lord to be worshipped by every living being. Thus I fall down to offer you my respectful obeisances and ask your mercy. As the father tolerates the impudence of his son, a friend the impertinence of a friend, and a husband of the familiarity of his wife, please tolerate the wrongs I may have done you. Okay, here is not this verse. Okay, we will just read this. Adrishta purvam rishitosmi drishtva bhayena cha pravyatitam mano me tadeva me darshaya deva rupam prasida devesha jagan nivasa.
After seeing this universal form, which I have never seen before, I am gladdened, but at the same time my mind is disturbed with fear. Therefore, please bestow your grace upon me and reveal again your form as the personality of Godhead. O Lord of Lords, O abode of the universe.
So who asked Krishna to reveal his Vishwarupa form? Arjuna. Now what is he doing? Now he's saying, I'm scared of this form. My mind is disturbed by this form. I'm not very happy seeing this form. So please reveal to me your 400 form. That is much better. I can relate to you better in that. So Arjuna is not happy seeing the Vishwarupa. See, in the purport Prabhupada writes, Arjuna is always in conference with Krishna because he is a very dear friend, and as a dear friend is gladdened by his friend's opulence, Arjuna is very joyful to see that his friend Krishna, the Supreme Person of God, and can show such a wonderful universal form. But at the same time, after seeing that universal form, he is afraid that he has committed so many offenses to Krishna out of his unalloyed friendship. Thus, his mind is disturbed out of fear. Although he had no reason to fear. Arjuna therefore is asking Krishna to show his Narayana form because he can assume any form. This universal form is material and temporary, as the material world is temporary, but in the Vaikuntha planets, he has this transcendental form with 4 hands as Narayana. That means, who is displaying all these forms? Who is displaying all these forms? Krishna. So Krishna displayed a universal form within which everything was existing, and now Arjuna is requesting Krishna to display a 400 Vishnu form. And therefore the Acharyas comment that within Krishna all the forms exist. And therefore in the Srimad Bhagavatam it is mentioned Ete Chamshakalah Pumsa Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. Even though as Brahma Samhita says, all the candles, if you light up all the candles, can you distinguish between the candle? Like for example, there are many candles and you have one lit candle and you light other candles and you place all the candles together. Can you distinguish which is the candle you use to light the other candles? They all look the same. That's what Brahma Samhita says. So, even though all the incarnations are in themselves the Supreme Personalities of Godhead, but still one candle is the lighter of the other candles. So, similarly, even though all the forms of the Supreme Person of Godhead as Narayana, as Rama, as Narasimha, they're all Supreme Person of Godhead, but the lighting candle is Krishna. And therefore, Arjuna is requesting Krishna to show all the forms. And when Krishna shows his universal form, all of the forms exist. All of the incarnations also exist. And therefore, now Krishna is showing Arjuna the Vishnu form also. How can Krishna show the Vishnu form if it is not contained within him? So Krishna is showing Vishnu form. Kiretinam gadinam chakrahastam Ichchami tvam drashtumaham tathaiva Tenaiva rupena chaturbhujena Sahasrabaho bhava Vishwamurte.
O universal form, O thousand-armed Lord, I wish to see you in your 4-armed form, with helmeted head and with club, wheel, conch and lotus flower in your hands. I long to see you in that form.
Yeah. In the purport, Prabhupada says, Ramadi Murtishu Kala Nyamena Tishtan. That means Krishna is, the Lord is present in the spiritual world in hundreds and thousands of forms. And main forms like Rama, Narasimha, Narayana, etc. But there are innumerable forms. But Arjuna knew that Krishna is the original form. Original person of Godhead, assuming his temporary universal form, like I mentioned. Yeah. Okay, from here, now Krishna is, oh yes, Hare Krishna.
I wanted to ask.
You have the mic?
So, like we just discussed, that Arjuna's relationship with Krishna was super, like it was casual. And so, like I want to ask that when we are preaching any demigod, like I used to be a Shiva Bhakt earlier, like there's always this fear inside of me while preaching Shiv Bhagwan, because like it's like he's like a guru or something. But now that I'm preaching Krishna, it's more like, you know, when I'm sitting in the temple room or something, I'll be like, "Arey yaar, ye kya kar diya?" or something. Like, how is it so casual? Why is it that we can relate to him more and we are so scared of demigods if it is directly going to Krishna at the end?
Okay. Well, we can relate to Krishna a little on the casual platform. It is mainly because Krishna presents himself like that. Hmm? Krishna does not hold a trishul, or he does not, burn people to death. He is more relatable, friendly, accommodative, isn't it? He is Purna Bhagwan. Purna Bhagwan means the complete form of Godhead. So therefore, because Krishna presents himself as in a two-handed form which is relatable, he does not hold himself out of majesty. Like, for example, in Samudra Manthan Leela, when the demigods and the demons, they worked out a truce to work together to get the ocean, the nectar from the ocean. So initially Vishnu was directing them throughout the entire Samudra Manthan Leela. Vishnu was directing them. So initially, first thing they were told to do is get the Mandara Parvat. So that time the demigods and the demons, they came together to lift Mandara Parvat, but it's so huge and very big and heavy. So as they were lifting with great might, they had to bring it all the way to the ocean. The ocean, I think Shir Sagar, ocean of milk. So there, on the way, what happened? Someone's hand got stuck under the mountain. Someone's leg got stuck. Some people got crushed by the mountain, and because of which both demigods and demons became very morose. And they looked at Narayan, Lord Vishnu, and they begged, please help us. So he said, okay, you guys stand aside. I will do it. He first brought everyone to life, and then he took the mountain on Garuda and took it and placed it in the ocean. So now you see how majestic Lord Vishnu is. He's doing it. So therefore people relate to Vishnu as like a very respectable, out of awe and reverence. But Krishna also lifts Govardhan. But look at Krishna's other pastimes which are not performed by other incarnations. He is playing casually. He's playing casually with his covered boyfriends. He's jumping on them. He's wrestling them. He is stealing the butter from the gopis' houses, and he's teasing the other gopis. So these things you will not see Vishnu teasing some gopi. So it is the mood which Krishna brings, which is relatable. That being said, it is also important for us, while we relate to Krishna casually, we don't take him casually. Understand? So that means Krishna is present as it is now later on Krishna says as a Saumya Vapu. Saumya Vapu means simple, beautiful form of Krishna. But that does not mean we take him as ordinary. Ordinary means we think Krishna is ordinary. He is presenting himself as a ordinary person so that we can relate to him, but he is not ordinary. He is Adbhuta Karmanaha. So therefore, even before we appreciate the sweetness of Krishna, we need to understand the greatness of Krishna, and therefore Vishwarupa. And therefore we understand how Krishna is managing everything. And when that greatness of the Supreme Lord is established, then to relate to him casually is still based on respect. Like Arjuna is, dealing with Krishna out of friendship, but that is completely based on love and respect. In our relationship, sometimes you take someone casually, like initially you meet a person, there is some respect, but later on you become familiar and you don't even care. Then he says, Prabhu, can you please listen to me? Yeah, you keep complaining all the time. Say something new. So we take him like completely, casually. But you cannot afford to take Krishna like that. So therefore, even if we take Krishna casually in the sense that you can easily relate to him, but we cannot take Krishna casually in the sense that he's an ordinary being. Does that make sense? Yeah. Okay, you want to say something?
I mean, please correct me if I'm wrong. I was just
definitely I'll correct.
So I was just thinking maybe the reason, right? Sometimes when we talk about Krishna, right, I wouldn't say casually, but I think for me we are a little bit less scared because I think deep inside, right, our soul also knows that he is our ultimate father, right? So let's say when I'm talking about something about, let's say, my uncle, my mama, my chacha, right, I know that if I say something wrong, he might get very angry, right? But if it's my dad, I'll be like, it's a little bit of difference, right? Like my dad is not going to maybe punish me or might not get me angry at that level, maybe what my mama, my uncle, or any random person would get at. So I think that is why I think for me, I relate more, because I'm at the end, right? Maybe some other demigod might get offended over these things, but Krishna, since he is the ultimate father, right, he would be like, you know what, it's okay. So that's what I think. So that is my reason, right? Why we
your reason to
connect more and like might be, you know, like
Connecting more is fine,
not be like
but-
scared, right? Like when we are preaching, or like we'd like might take him a little bit more casually in that sense, right? That we don't think of that thing, of that, you know, he is like, as you said, like a very harsh God, that he's gonna punish me, chastise me, right? Like this was supposed to be said, right? How did you make a mistake?
Usually, as devotees, we are not fearful that Krishna will punish us, but we have to be little scared that what if I take Krishna as ordinary being,
Yeah,
being casual.
true.
That is the fear. It is said, like Guru, when you deal with Guru is like fire. You go too close to him to take him casually, then you will get burnt.
Yeah.
Don't go too close to fire. At the same time, don't stay too far away from fire, because then you will not get the heat of the fire. So you need to have enough distance that you get the warmth but don't get burnt.
Yeah.
Similarly with Krishna, yes, we can take him, it's easy to relate. That's the point I'm trying to convey, that while we can connect with Krishna, we should be very careful that he doesn't become our chaddi buddy. Understand? So it's not like that.
Yeah.
It is still out of respect. He is, after all, father, not
Yeah.
a casual friend.
Yeah.
See, Srila Prabhupada, when he installed the deities of Radha Krishna, he told the devotees that worship them as Lakshmi Narayana first. Because Lakshmi Narayana you worship out of awe and reverence. First, develop respect and love. After that, rasas. First, dasatvam, dasya bhav. That is, in the mood of servant, like Hanuman. On top of that, now coward boys are, fighting with Krishna, and they are saying, no, Krishna, you cheated in the game. Now, say, for example, we start dealing with Krishna like that. We might as well think, oh, this Krishna, fool, he thinks he's better than me. We might as well do that, because our hearts are not rid of envy. Whereas these coward boys, ittam satam brahma sukhanubhutya dasyam gatanam, what is it? Dasyam gatanam paradaivatena mayashitanam naradarakena, something, finally it comes kritapunya punjaha. Which means these coward boys, Shukadeva Goswami, while speaking to Parikshit, he's saying, how is it possible that these coward boys are just jumping on Krishna, wrestling with Krishna, they are fighting with Krishna, having so much fun and playing games with Krishna? It is because they have spent millions of lifetimes accruing spiritual credits, after which they are dealing with Krishna like this. That means millions of lifetimes of worship, of developing respect, developing that love, and then dealing with Krishna like that. Otherwise, when we deal with Krishna casually, sometimes it will come out of envy. So the danger is, as soon as you let your guard down, you are saying, yes, casual, relatable, but tomorrow you will say, hey Krishna, why did you do it like this? You can actually challenge, and it will come out of hatred, fear, hatred, and enmity and envy, pride. So therefore, we have to be very careful that we don't take Krishna cheaply on the pretext of casual dealing. So therefore, Prabhupada said, first worship Radha Krishna as Lakshmi Narayan. Like for example, you're worshipping Radha Krishna, you're offering bhoga, you forgot to put tulsi. And you're saying, my dear Lord, please, you know my heart. I always want to offer tulsi to you. But tulsis are all the way on the terrace, and there's no time. So please understand, my dear Lord, I know I love you. You deal with Krishna like this. So therefore, first deal with him as Lakshmi Narayan. First, awe and reverence and dasatvam. Cultivate servitorship, servanthood. And then gradually, and that casual behavior of the coward boyfriends is out of the loving rasa of friendship, which is a very deep thing. It is not the one, you put a hand over your friend, not like that. You can do that, but it has to be on pure love. Okay? Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Maya prasannena tavarjunedam Rupam param darshitam atma yogat Tejo mayam vishwam anantamadyam
तेजोमयं विश्वमनन्तमाद्यं
यन्मे त्वदन्येन न दृष्टपूर्वम्
यन्मे तदन्येन न दृष्टपूर्वम्. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, "My dear Arjun, happily have I shown you by my internal potency this supreme universal form within the material world. No one before you has ever seen this primal form, unlimited and full of glaring effulgence."
Krishna is saying it is that no one has seen this form before you. That means it's a rare form. Is there a word for him? This? Oh, he's not here. But he says, na drishtapurvam. It is not seen before, such a form. And I've shown you happily this form. Why? Because you asked me. Now he's teasing Arjuna. You only asked me to show this form. But now Yon is saying, asking me to wind up this form. Okay. Naveda yajna dhyane nadanai न चक्रियाभिर न तपोभिरुग्रैः एवं रूप शक्य अहम निलोके द्रष्टुम तदन्येन कुरु प्रवीरा.
O best of the Kuru warriors, no one before you has ever seen this universal form of mine. For neither by studying the Vedas, nor by performing sacrifices, nor by charity, nor by pious activities, nor by severe penances can I be seen in the form in this material world.
Yeah, what is Krishna saying? To see Krishna is not an ordinary thing. He is saying that to see me, you cannot do it by studying the Vedas. Just by studying the Vedas does not qualify you to see me. You cannot see me just by performing some yajna and think and order that I need to see God. It is not possible. Or just by giving some charity. Just because you are a Danavir Karna. Did Karna understand Krishna's supremacy? Even if he did, to some extent, he could not side with Krishna. That means he did not understand Krishna fully. So, and of course, then by pious activities, some people think if I just do every Tuesday vrata, every Tuesday I do fasting, every Saturday I do fasting. Sometimes students come and they say they are just following some kind of fasting. Just doing some fasting for some demigod, for some reason, does not qualify you to become Krishna conscious. See, the whole point is whatever we do, whatever austerities we take up, it has to have the intent of pleasing God. Only those austerities are beneficial. Simply, if they say for Ekadashi you fast, and your whole point is if I fast once in 15 days, I lose some weight. Nowadays I've gained a lot of weight. So then such kind of fasting is not going to give you any love for God. Isn't it? So therefore Krishna is saying not even by pious activities, nor by severe penances. That means the jnanis, to understand that they are not this body, their spirit soul, in winters they go to the chilly Himalayas and they break the ice and dunk themselves in water up to the neck to do tapasya, to understand I am not this body, in chilly ice cold water. And in summer they surround themselves by 5 fires, 4 fires in the 4 directions and 1 scorching heat of the sun, and then they just do meditation there, thinking and meditating that I am not this body, I am spirit soul. So how much ever severe penances they might perform, they will not develop devotion to God in that way. And without devotion to God, they will not understand God. It is not possible. So therefore Krishna is saying, this form, why did Krishna show this form to Arjuna? It is not on account of his penances or his pious activities or study of the Vedas or charity. It is because he is a devotee. Therefore Krishna is showing this form. And therefore in the beginning Krishna says, Dadami te divya chakshuhu, like that he says. I am giving you this divine vision by which you can see me. Okay. See, you have been, who's reading? Yeah, translation.
You have been perturbed and bewildered by seeing this horrible feature of mine. Now let it be finished, my devotee. be free again from all disturbance. With a peaceful mind, you can now see the form you desire.
Yes. So what is the form the devotee desires?
Vishnu form.
Ah, the sweet form of the Supreme Lord, Vishnu form. He is not eager to see the opulences of God. He is happy to see God. Isn't it? And therefore, and of course it is mentioned the Vishwarupa is very fearful. See, Krishna is saying you are bewildered by seeing this horrible feature of mine. What is that horrible feature? Yeah, but what is the horrible feature of the Vishwarupa? The Kala Rupa, where Arjuna saw everything being devoured by the form of time. Isn't it? Even his family members and the people whom he loved, everything was ended by time. It's horrible. So therefore Krishna is saying, this horrible feature of mine. Can you just close that door? I think
It is closed.
not this door.
Oh.
This I can see. Yeah. Yeah. See, Prabhupada writes, Arjuna was worried about killing Bhishma and Drona, his worshipful grandfather and master. But Krishna said he did not be afraid of killing his grandfather. When the sons of Dhritarashtra tried to disrobe Draupadi in the assembly of the Kurus, Bhishma and Drona were silent, and for such negligence of duty, they should be killed. Krishna showed his universal form to Arjuna just to show him that these people were already killed for their unlawful action. That scene was shown to Arjuna because devotees are always peaceful and they cannot perform such horrible actions. Yeah? So Arjuna could never think of killing his own grandfather. But Krishna said, I have killed him for you. Yeah. See, Prabhupada says, a devotee is not much interested in this universal form, for it does not enable one to reciprocate loving feelings. What is that? What does loving feeling mean? Say you want to offer bhoga to Vishwarupa. Then your grocery store will run out of all the food items. Well, how many plates of bhoga should you offer to Vishwarupa? How many heads, how many mouths are there in Vishwarupa? Thousands of mouths. How much can you feed the Vishwarupa? If you want to dress the Vishwarupa, your textile industry will run out of all the textile, yeah, isn't it? So that means you cannot dress him, you cannot offer food, you cannot reciprocate love. If you want to reciprocate love with a person, this is how you do it. You offer some food, you offer some gift, you offer some loving exchange, isn't it? Now if you want to put a garland to Vishwarupa, where do you put the garland, isn't it? How do you put the ornaments? How do you decorate the Vishwarupa? So it is not possible, and therefore devotee is not interested in Vishwarupa because you cannot reciprocate loving feelings. There is no loving exchange with God. And therefore Krishna is understanding that Arjuna is not happy with this form because he is not able to connect. He is not able to offer anything to me, and therefore he is coming back to the forehead. This is not just for the Vishwarupa, even for the impersonalists. Can impersonalists offer anything to the form of impersonal? The form. Can they offer anything to impersonalist God? One who does not have a form? No. You cannot. How do you connect with someone who does not have a form? It's not possible. And therefore devotees are not even interested in the impersonal aspect of God. Sanjay Uvacha Ityarjunam Vasudevastatoktva Swakam Rupam Darshayamasa Bhuyah Ashvasayamasa cha bhitamenam Bhutva punah saumya vapur mahatma. Yeah, finally Krishna showed his Saumya Rupa. Saumya Rupa is his simple two-handed form. Yeah, who's reading next?
Sanjay to Dhritarashtra, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, have spoken thus to Arjuna, displays this real four-armed form and last showed his two-armed form, thus encouraging the fearful Arjuna.
Yeah. So similarly, when Prabhupada writes, when Krishna appeared in the jail, Mathura jail, in front of Devaki as her son, he also first showed the four-handed form to ensure Devaki everything is all right. And then he went to Saumya Rupam, the two-handed form. Similarly, Krishna knew that Arjuna was now interested in seeing a four-handed form. But since Arjuna asked to see this four-handed form, Krishna also showed him this form again and then showed himself in his two-handed form. The word Saumya Vapuhu is very significant. Saumya Vapuhu is a very beautiful form. It is known as the most beautiful form. When he was present, everyone was attracted simply by Krishna's form. And because Krishna is the director of the universe, he just banished the fear of Arjuna, his devotee, and showed him again his beautiful form of Krishna. And Brahma Samhita says how to see this form. Premanjana churita bhakti vilochanena. Only a person whose eyes are smeared with the ointment of love can see the beautiful form of Sri Krishna. It is only out of love. You cannot force it. One who loves Krishna can see this beautiful form. Otherwise, when people come to this temple and they have no love for Krishna, they will say, what is this black stone and white stone? Why are you worshipping stone? Is Krishna just stone? Why? Because Krishna only reciprocates with them as stone because they have no love for him. When there is love, Krishna manifests his beauty. And therefore, for some devotees, he is manifesting so much of beauty that they just want to worship that deity. When they are sleeping, they are remembering the deity. When they are working, they are remembering the deity. They are just thinking how I can please Radha Govinda more and more. Why? Because there is some aspect of love, some glimpse of love. So if we want to see Krishna, we need to develop eyes that is smeared with ointment of love. So that love, you can see Krishna. Okay, so it is already time, it's 8:06. I have promised that I'll only stick to time strictly. So there are last 5 verses where, see, now what we saw is one section where we saw a dialogue between Arjuna and Krishna, that Arjuna is not so happy in seeing the fearsome universal form, but he is very much pleased in seeing the pleasant two-handed form or four-handed form. And Krishna knew the heart of Arjuna that even more than four-handed form, he prefers a two-handed form. So, in this section, we understood that Arjuna prefers Krishna in his two-handed form, in the Saumya Rupa, Saumya Vapuhu. Now, the link to the last section of the 11th chapter is, how do you see Krishna? How to get darshan of Krishna? It is said, Krishna tells Arjuna, the Vishwarupa, the universal form, I have never shown to anyone before this. So it is rare. But now this two-handed form, Krishna says this is Sudurdarshanam. That means it is even more difficult to see Krishna's two-handed form than Vishwarupa. Like that Krishna says. And what is the qualification of a devotee must cultivate to get darshan or get the view of God in his two-handed form? Because you see, if someone says, who is God? Oh, God is Krishna. And how does he look? He looks like, he has the same features as us. Eyes, nose, mouth, 2 hands. But he's blackish blue in color. People will be shocked. Is this God? How is this God? He looks like, some avatar. Of course, avatar is made after them. But it looks very, very casual. But that is true. Because even in Bible it is said, the human is made in the image of God. In the Christianity it says. So, how do we see Krishna? Now Krishna next, in the last section, 1151 to 1155, Krishna gives the qualification a devotee has to cultivate to see Krishna in this most rare form, which is his original form in the spiritual world, the two-handed form. So to understand that qualification, we will have to come next time. Okay. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki.
Jai.
So we'll take maybe 1-2 minutes if anyone has any question or anything. Okay, so next time we will see the qualification. Yeah.
Sorry, Hare Krishna, one question.
Yeah.
So when you chant, which is the form that you can visualize in your mind?
Definitely not the universal form.
Okay, so can we think about the Vishnu form or the Krishna form?
Yes, you can think about Vishnu form, Krishna form, Ram form, any form, but when we chant Hare Krishna, even better than thinking of the form, we have to focus our mind on the holy name. Like Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. If your mind is too much distracted, going out of control, then yes, you distract your mind by looking at the form of the Supreme Lord. But the best way is to focus the mental energy on the sound vibration, on your own chanting. And it is said the name reveals the form. That means as we keep chanting, as our heart gets purified, Nama Rupa Guna Leela, the same chanting of the holy name reveals the form of the Lord, the qualities of the Lord, and the pastimes of the Lord in the heart of the devotee.
Okay, got it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Hare Krishna. So we will chant. Yes.
When you
You have the mic here.
When you chant, should you chant slow or should you chant fast?
Up to your convenience. Prabhupada would say swiftly, swift chanting. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram. It's swift for me.
What does swift mean?
Swift means like conveniently, like coolly. Just as I'm speaking with you, it's swiftly I'm speaking. I'm not speaking too slowly, not fastly,
Okay.
So it's like swiftly, like up to your convenience.
Yeah.
Generally here we try to maintain some speed because we're just like introducing chanting. But generally when we chant on our own, we have to do swift chanting, like up to your convenience. Generally I chant at this speed. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram. So at that speed which is convenient for your tongue to move and your mind to focus on the chanting. And it should not be, if you're too fast, you will skip some words or some syllables. Like Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Ram. So you'll skip a lot. So what's the point then? It's not meditative. And if you're too slow, the mind drifts away. Yeah.
So like over there, they're using like music. Should you include music or should you just chant?
So there are two types of chanting. One is personal chanting where we have beads and we chant on the beads. Other one is a group chanting where we use form of music where we together, it's like together coming and glorifying Krishna. It's called kirtan. But even now when we are coming together to hear about Krishna and discuss about Krishna, that is also kirtan. That is also we are glorifying the Lord. Kirtan means kirti. Kirti means fame. We are increasing the fame of the Lord. He is very famous, but we are discussing his glories. So that's also kirtan. But there's a musical way and there's a conversational way. So in the music way, they do with musical instruments where they are together happily. Because when do you participate in music? When you're happy. So when you're happy, you chant, you dance, you sing. So you sing Krishna's names.
So you get different results based on between the two?
Both necessitates your attention.
What?
Both of them require your attention. Yeah. Then the result is the supreme. Yeah, you can get access to God in both the ways. But if one, for example, when we are singing together, if one is more concerned about the tune, one is more concerned about the mridanga, the drum, one is more concerned about who is looking at me when I'm singing, then he is distracted. So the real benefit is there when we are doing with focus, when we are absorbed in chanting, either in the music way or in the personal chanting way.
Does it feel different between the two?
Yes, because in personal chanting we need, it's for us, but the strength we get when we chant with the devotees. So therefore that is called a Sankirtan. That is the word. Sankirtan means Samyak Kirtan. In Sanskrit it means coming together and together chanting the holy name. So when you together chant and participate in Kirtan, we get strength, spiritual strength. We are encouraged to chant Hare Krishna. We develop a liking to chant Hare Krishna. And then when you sit and chant to yourself, your personal japa, meditation, that time you can chant better. So both of them reinforce each other. Sankirtan, then you do japa, then that helps you in Sankirtan, that helps you in japa, is like that. Both are important. But as a personal practice, japa is very, very important.
This one we're doing japa.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Okay.
Thank you.
You will chant.